It is fun to be back to a question this month. The short answer to this query is that you won't be able to. You won't be able to tell if you are awake. Now, perhaps you have at least figuratively thrown your arms in the air and are screaming, "What now? If I can never know." What meaning is left? To further muddy the water, we will add a corollary. If someone comes up to you, or you are reading what they have written, and they tell you they are awake, or enlightened, or ascended, walk, don't run, quietly but quickly in the opposite direction. Why do we say this? To say that I am awake is a statement of separation. Who is this I? If one were awake, there would be no more identity for them as I. Though they might use the name they have been known by, it would mean nothing to them. One who is awake would see that awakeness or divinity in everyone, regardless of whether the others could see it themselves. In that sense, to say I am awake is perhaps to really express I am awake and you're not. Nanny, boo-boo. This smells just a little bit like having an ego attachment, superiority. Perhaps they want to keep you as a student so they can hold an identity as a teacher. If somebody claims to be a teacher who can teach you and bring you to enlightenment, turn around and quietly, but quickly, walk in the opposite direction. This is not your teacher. This is not to say that you cannot have a teacher. I speak to you not as a teacher. I speak directly to the awakened you who knows who you are. That true you recognize as truth. It is not by following me or anyone else who is providing information or pointers that you experience your awakening. That you will experience yourself in your own way. You will experience through focusing inwardly, not on outer examples, however helpful these might be. If in this process you think that you are now awake, keep going. You are not there yet. You might think that I am now saying that there is more work for you to do. You don't work your way to awakening. It might be more accurate to say that you unwork your way. Awakening is noticed after you have let go of every false belief you have. As long as you hold on to having to work at that, you are holding on to a belief. Remember that the truth that can be explained is not the whole truth. So, you work at not working. You believe in letting go of beliefs. You stop searching for what you most want to find. You will know that you are there when you realize there is no you there. If you are thinking in terms of having an I, notice that you go on to your next thought. You are still holding on to a separate identity. When you try to do something, you are reinforcing the you who is trying to change your experience in the illusion. Every thought in duality has its opposite. I am awake is opposed by I am still asleep. There is no place to start other than with intention. Eventually the intention gets lost. I cannot tell you how this process will work for you. You will find direction as you seek different guidance, different pointers from different places, and play with them. If your life is consumed with this process of letting go of process, then perhaps you will get lucky one day. I can offer a few pointers. There have been a number of them in the last few messages. Notice what is coming into your mind. While being aware of your thoughts, notice that you have very little control here. Most of your thoughts appear, unchosen. Suddenly they are there. Where did that thought come from? As your body is being breathed, your mind is being thought. You don't know where they are emanating from. You think you are thinking thoughts, but the thoughts are thinking you. Life is living you. Notice the thought that is now in your mind and then say, next, please. Let it come. The true you is the noticer of the thoughts, not the thinker of the thoughts. The you that believes it has a separate identity, that exists, that has a name in the body separate from other bodies, is living in an illusion, in a fairyland. That you thinks it has to do something, go somewhere, or know something to become awakened. It believes it is separate from its awakened self. And of course, you will be right, because that will be your experience. That's why following any particular practice, discipline, or teaching will help you to stay asleep. Your awakened self is not somewhere else. Your awakened experience is not something else. It is right here, right now. Nowhere to go, nothing to do, nothing to believe, no one to show you the way. It all comes back to the noticer and the noticing. See what is here. Accept whatever thoughts come. Nothing to change. Nothing to improve on. Nothing to figure out. Meanwhile, here is a game you can play. It is not the game. It is not the path to awakening. It is not a must or a should. It can simply help you to notice the separate self you think you are. That is, to separate you from your separate self. The irony of words is just too much. You can play this game for any period of time. You can try it for a minute, for 5 minutes, for a day, for a week, forever. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Here is the game. You eliminate in your thinking and conversation all first-person pronouns. There is to be no I, me, my, mine, myself. Instead, refer to self in the third person. Use he or she, her/him, his/hers, or herself/himself. You can also identify self with a name. Instead of saying I am happy, say Emma. Supply your first name, is happy. Little kids often do that, Johnny thirsty. Practice being in the third person. This helps to take away the direct identity and ownership of this personality. It helps one to be the observer rather than the observed. It is as if you are talking about someone else, a place where you already have separation. It can help you to loosen those chains. No guarantees here. It's just a game. If it does cause you to awaken, write and let us know. Of course, we'll know you are not telling the truth. If you wonder how we will know that, please return to the first few sentences above. The game might best be played when you are alone with your thoughts, but if you have others who are willing to play along, go for it. Embark on a third-person diet, abstaining from the first person. There is no randomness to the thoughts that come to you, no randomness to anything that appears to you in the illusion. Everything is scripted and planned out. Everything is in perfection. Everything is there to support the awakening process, or more precisely, the awareness of the awakened state. Where do the thoughts come from? They come from spirit, from divinity, from the awakened self. Whatever you choose to do with the thoughts is also scripted. Sometimes you have to go down a road and beat your head against the wall for a while before you can realize that is not the way. You are guided to take these steps, though your separated mind likely believes the guidance had a different purpose and may be disappointed by the destination you find yourself arriving at. Your goals are not realized. The divine purpose is realized. What you might hold as a failure is actually a success at eliminating another untruth from your mind. The experience was necessary to the letting go process. As you become more aware of the workings of divinity, you will find it easier to accept the perfection of what is here and to give up the false beliefs. Remember, all beliefs are false. We have been filling Michael's head with thoughts since he was young. None of those choices is the correct one. Whatever you do is the perfect response. It was what we knew you would do. Most of these thoughts are not designed to trigger an immediate awakening to the total knowing that it is all an illusion and the separate you doesn't exist, though one of them will do that. The thought you are having now will probably just lead you to the next step. The number of steps is finite. So, pay attention to your thought, and then say, next, please. At some point it may be obvious that there is nobody there thinking those thoughts. You will be awake, but there will be nobody there to notice. There is just life living life, the eternal joy of the moment, no matter what it is filled with. Like everything, this will be present and then leave. That is the nature of the illusion. Nothing lasts, unless you make up a story about it and hold on to that. The awakened you won't do that. There is nobody there to hold on. There is just the observer, experiencing what is there. Immediately that is replaced by something else. Zero attention span. Next, please. So, we have a bonus for you this time with 2 games you can play. First is the third-person diet and second is the next, please game. Enjoy. Then let go. Perhaps in mid-game you notice nobody there playing the game and just laugh. Nothing left to do. Nowhere to go. No responsibility. No weight on no shoulders. No job. No purpose. As the man sang, There is nothing to do but today. Good now. Sandhya/Spirit. Channel, Ua Lindgren.
The Pleiadians, Mother God, and Arcturians' next energy influx. Greetings, dear one. We are the Pleiadian Collective, lending you our hearts this night, for you are weary and have suffered much in this lifetime somewhat, but very much so indeed in previous lives past. And you are probably noticing that they past lives are coming up for cleaning at a rapid clip. You have lost many husbands, many wives, many children over the eons, and in many cases you too were the ones lost and missed/mourned by others. You have seen much, experienced much, and thus you are strong, and thus you were selected to be here in this most auspicious precious now of planetary ascension/upliftment. For the rending of worlds' realities is in full swing in this most precious moment. Choose your vibration wisely, carefully. Keep it up. We send you healing rays of golden light now, from the top of your head down to your toes. This technology pulse will help your chakras align and spin with more ease during this next energy wave/influx, for it is going to be a doozy, as you like to say. You are mighty warriors, so strong. We see this, we feel this, and perhaps we suspect that more of you, not just those of you reading this message, more of you are feeling this inner strength, this inner proving, knowingness that you are ready, that you are indeed strong enough. And you are ready for it, whatever the it is now. For you have done the work, the cleansing, the hard stuff, and have become stronger. Looking within is such a scary concept for so many. We see this in wonderment. For if you do not look within and really know yourself, then how will you really know or understand anything else, if you do not even acknowledge the lens through which you are viewing your world reality? It is key paramount, and we encourage you to do more of it. We are the Pleiadian Collective, sending you great joy and love this day. Dear children, it is Mother God here. Might I have a turn? Oh, I so want to scoop you up and wrap you up tight in my embrace of pink love, of pure acceptance, and wipe away the tears from your troubled eyes and boost up your weary hearts. Be at peace. I am here. I am with you every step of the way, wrapped in my pink fluffy blanket of eternal love and goodness, just for you. I am your Mother God. Never forget that. I am available 24/7 to all of my precious children in all states of readiness. You need only ask to jump in my lap, and there I am. And there you are. Do you see that we are one in this grand adventure? New Earth is being built brick by brick, metaphorically speaking, for it is being created in tandem with your choices to choose love, to choose hope, to choose forgiveness, and to transmute all that no longer belongs in Nova Gaia. This is what you have been doing, building, creating, just as you were in turn created to do. But truly the creativity and human grit is a wonderment to us all, as we watch, assist, lovingly guide, and cheer you on from the rafters. You are masters. Every one of you reading these words have extra feathers in your cap and jewels in your crown, for you are doing the work. If you are drawn to these words of mine, then know that you are here in this moment for a reason. What reason is it, do you think? Are you in need of a mother's love? If so, snuggle in. Are you in need of reassurance? If so, I know you can do this. I believe in you. Is it tremendous joy that you seek? Seek no further. Gaze into my eyes and feel my own joy radiating back into you, pouring, drenching you in my love, my eternal love for you. Do you get it? Do you see how much of a treasure you are to me? Never forget. Always remember that I am always here for you. Whatever problem you are facing, let's face it together and find comfort in my pink fluffy comforter of pink, pure love light that envelopes you now and always should you allow. I am your mother, God. I'm so lucky to be your mother. I love you so. Be at peace, be whole, be comforted, and hold my hands in these coming days, moments, hours. Allow my peace and love to pour into you for now and for always. I am Mother, your Mother God. We are the Arcturian Collective, sending our greeting this day. We so appreciate Mother God's divine presence and her blessing. In all dimensions, she is highly sought after. For we love and serve the Mother with our full beings, for our continual goal is to radiate yet even more pure source light and love in our own personal and collective expansions. We have risen collectively in group vibration over the eons, and at every step our understanding of source depends, enriches in the process. Such is an ascended society. We see the God, the source light, the Mother's breath in each other, and we honor this holiness of space with our intention to be loving and wise in every moment. For as thoughts create, one must be careful, cautious to the newly learning, and purposeful with intention to be the loving hands of Source, assisting the others, always in love, while honoring their free will. Such is the tricky bit. We are extending our hands to you, dear fellow travelers, in service, always in service. For as we serve, we grow. It is a mutually beneficial exercise, and it gladdens our hearts to be able to partake, to observe, and to lovingly assist wherever we are welcomed. Won't you welcome us? We are eager to connect, just as are many other ascended collectives. You are so supported, humanity, so supported. Feel this support radiating down from the heavens and up from dear Gaia below you, who supports and eternally loves you. You are supported, hugged from all angles, from all sides. Feel this support and claim your power. Claim your resurrection from the old into the new. Listen to your own inner light and hear it speak love to you. We are the Arcturian Collective. We send you much love this day. Channel Galaxy Go. Lyran Council of Light Wars dissolve. Dear one, we would like to progress with messages for light workers. Please distribute. Light workers, the time is here. The time has come. The energies have dissolved the walls, blown up the reptilian hangouts, and now we are cleaning up the mess. This is an exit strategy, a clean-up strategy that will take 2 years. In that time, we need swathes and swathes of light workers to keep coming online to grid the planet with divine light and love. You are positioned where you are currently, as that's where you are needed. If you came here with a mission, you will now proceed with that mission. The time for gentle reminders is over. We will be blowing up lives to awaken those who made a contract, a promise to the divine to deliver a mission of service, as the time has come and there will be no more gentle coaxing. This goes for the twin flame community too, and others will speak on this later. There are now only 2 years left to achieve the sovereignty plan for humans before the wall goes up, and those on the outside of it will be excluded for all time in this ascension program. Do you see now why we hurry, and why you are needed? It is all about strategy now, and proselytizing as in the past will no longer work, and this failed even then. That's why brute forces took over to drive people into religion, because of fear. We do not buy into that program. We therefore require 3 things of light workers this moment. Connect to us to download the technology that's needed for the next world on Earth. You are needed. Connect to your star families by intending to, by believing, and they will begin their downloads. Go out in light. No words are needed to convince or sell a message. Just build your own light through your connection to the divine, and go out and share this light now. Heal and clear your channels to strengthen the amount of light you can hold to help grid an intense amount of the energies we are sending daily now. As you open and clear and get stronger, the amount of light you can hold increases dramatically. Therefore, the amount of light that can be held on Gaia and interconnected or fed into her grid of love and light strengthens dramatically. So in summary, connect for downloads. Heal yourself for intensifying light volumes on Earth. Go out into the world and just be. Don't proselytize. Yes, we understand the energies are intense. Don't pressure yourself. We need you to step into your gifts, light workers, as because we don't adopt the proselytizing approach, we need to send the message of love and light through other means, such as unconditional love, not attachment or need. So many of your models of love are based on need or codependent attachments, and these have completely failed to instill joy on Earth, which is the purpose of living on the most magnificent planet Gaia. A failure of joy is a catastrophic failure. We need to institute new templates of love for the twin community. In addition to the light workers' requirements previously stated, yes, this is in addition to, not in replacement of. We need you all to release all programs of attachment and codependency from your hearts. Only the love and light of Source should occupy your hearts and minds. Always it should be, how can I get closer to Source? How can I better hear the call of Source in my soul? How can I better hear my soul and her needs, not just focus on the other person? Otherwise, you are a drag on the energetic frequency of your twin soul, which is trying itself to reach up to grab the source codes and light and bring them down to the Earth avatar body. Do you see, because you are twins, any pressure or drag from you, or pull away from the source connection actively prevents your twin from attaining the source connection? It is therefore a disservice to Source to drag in this way. Energy must be allowed to flow, not attach, and it is therefore also a disservice to the twin relationship and potential union to so drag in this way. We are the Lyran Council of Light, and we will connect again. Light workers, you are loved and blessed. Remember that.
The shift in your own openness to your soul connection and to trusting in your own divinity has changed many aspects of your experience, and it has profoundly, lately, affected your mood and your experience of conflict. You find yourself increasingly triggered by others around you, and many of you are awakening with just an incredible sense of sadness or depression that seems unexplainable. Simultaneously, the energies of this month are presenting an enormous invitation to release and let go of what no longer fits, and you, many of you, are going out to meet this invitation with a willingness that is astonishing. So strong and courageous you are. And yet these difficult feelings are persisting, and as such your experience has been, increasingly a challenge. Today I wish to talk a bit about how unity consciousness is working in your experience to create these feelings, and what perspective will be liberating and put you not back but forward into a more sustained state of joy, love, and exhilaration. First, let's celebrate. Smile. The inner workings of your connection to all that is are increasingly unbridled, and you are able to notice the incoming sense of alignment impulses from the omniverse, with which you are one, and increasingly with which you are harmonizing and blending. This is an enormous shift in your experience of wholeness. And freedom comes from this as you are able to further align with your own inner sense of things, continually extracting your focus from the completed hologram, which you are creating continually, to instead be in the now, the point of power and creativity, and orient to your emerging inner vision. What feels good next? You are increasingly facile in realizing that the current experience is only the manifestation as you know of a previous, freely created and released creation idea point of view. The freedom with which you released and trusted in this new, delightful idea, is what of course creates the experience without a hitch. What a shift in experience to learn more directly and more rapidly from your own experience how what you feel becomes form and then to receive. Experience the form you create and then choose more. Decide, from this new vista, what feels good next. You. What a blissed out experience that is. And some say that bliss should not be the agenda. How amazing is that? As I was saying, my beloved ones, you amazing beings of love and light, is it more difficult of late to be alone? More difficult to be in the orbit of your own energy as energies from beyond your experience are flowing into your experience? Seemingly with no explanation there is heaviness, or an unexplainable moodiness in your day. Why is this? If you create your own reality, then why are you experiencing these things which you feel are not in alignment with your vibration? The answer is twofold. One, is that you are increasingly sensitive to the energetic dynamics in your experience, and as such you now know more clearly what the energy is of your own particular unique earth-focused perspective is generally like, and 2. You are no longer connected only to your own vibration. You have allowed yourself increasingly to merge with all that is, and the reality is that the vibration from your own particular unique earth-focused perspective is not the only vibration you are experiencing. You are the creator of your own experience. Still and always. Semantically and ironically, however, the you in question is changing. The you that creates your life is, as you increasingly ascend energetically and more consciously, includes a collective you in the blend or the mix of your experience. You are more and more a being that functions not only from your own informed point of focus as a human being living on the planet Earth. You also experience direct, meaning you are aware of it, input from the soul group energies which you are reacquainting yourself with both at sleep and while awake, and you are also consciously connected, increasingly, to the planetary unified field which includes the whole of the Earth energies. And until the Earth complete shifts into its intended new space, this includes energies that are still largely informed by duality and have not yet transcended this by amalgamating polarity and embracing contrast in a unity consciousness. Let me explain more simply. There are many platforms, many vistas of consciousness. I use the word vista because from each point of vibration, there is a perspective, a way that things are seen, and from their choices made about what within the view or beyond the view, is where you choose to focus your sight and move toward. Naturally, it has typically in your experience on Earth been very challenging to focus your sight beyond that which you can currently see. Believing you can get there becomes a matter of focus and alignment. It has typically been far easier to choose a destination which is in view. Take many smaller steps, choose more, as I have said before. Now you have moved through much iteration in your evolving consciousness and are experiencing and orienting more and more around a blissful space where you allow love to flow through you. You allow love to radiate from you. You simply are love. You recognize that all is one, and that the separation of each is indeed an aspect of the whole, but you see and know at the same time that this unique aspect which exists is simply a point within the entire whole, and all is one, all is connected. All is moving as an entire energy field, despite all appearances. You are moving past the illusions of the third dimension in which many of you experienced everything as separate and outside of you, for a lot of your experience. You have expanded the blissful feeling of one that you knew in some areas, some moments of experience, into a more comprehensive way of knowing. Let us pause for one beautiful and profound moment in acknowledgement of this amazing aspect of your ascension, which is for many of you now your reality. Smile. We applaud you for making this shift. It is such a challenge from physical form in your planetary experience to shift to this felt sense of the one in a more sustained way. You have allowed yourselves to open to the available energies and thus the corresponding perspectives that are entering and now well anchored in your planet. Please now imagine an incredible soaring melody along with fireworks and the like. Something thunderous and explosive. For that is the perspective we have on all this, and I wish you to feel it. Smile. We support you in amplifying this experience anytime you ask us and delight in being called upon, as another aspect of you of all that is to participate in your endeavors. Thank you for including us. All that is enriched and enjoys your journey. Yes. It's true we are awed and inspired by you. As you continue to evolve your understanding of experience. As you move toward a more whole and connected mode of being, as this becomes more frequently your way of orienting and perceiving experience, there is then openness to all that is. There is still, however, a blending of energies and you move up and down between dimensions as you continue to integrate the higher vibrating energies and expand your awareness. As such, you exist in the third, the fourth, and the fifth dimensional energies or a mix thereof depending on your focus and allowing. In the fourth dimension things can be pulled apart and examined, but also blended. In it lies the awareness of unity consciousness. Still it is a choice, if you wish to blend your energies or not, the choice is yours. Blending is a powerful experience as blending creates love. You learn to appreciate the other and there is a sense of both love and compassion as a result. All of this is to clarify that even though you have begun to expand your experience of unity consciousness, your shift between these dimensions and point of view, and at this time most of you are not largely entirely in any one dimension. This knowledge of the different dimensions, along with the experimentation of blending knowing of the unified whole and feeling it with others as a way of experiencing and being love, this has yielded more conscious awareness of the entities within the whole than there was when you thought all was separate. When you were primarily oriented in a duality perspective, even in those times, you still were aware of these energies, but you thought they were about you when you felt them. You looked for problems and things to explain them. You amplified them by digging up in your own experience something which you felt wasn't right and assigned these feelings to that experience in a way which is often called blame, and then you had understanding and there was a sense and a knowing that your experience which arose from these icky feelings was indeed of your own making. Now, this is not typically how it goes for you.
Teaching is a profession that many people train for and do all their lives. Teachers work in every field, but the nature of teaching means that lives can be changed if the lesson and method of delivery is right. A teacher, however, can be anyone who is more knowledgeable or has more experience than another, no matter their age or stage of life. A lesson can be learned by anyone who is open to learning and growing personally and spiritually. Therefore, a teacher can be a friend, a parent, a child, an acquaintance, or even an animal, and lessons taught can often be spontaneous, unexpected, and extremely profound. Souls born into a human body have lessons to both learn and teach. No meeting of souls throughout a lifetime is random, as souls have already planned out their lessons and the journey of blessings and hardships throughout their lifetimes. Members of the soul family will have agreed to enter at a period in their lives where support or challenge is needed, so any meeting of a like-minded soul is rarely coincidental. Anyone who resonates with or challenges you is there for a reason, and it is usually so you can learn, or teach them, a soul growth lesson. Learning is not an easy thing to do, particularly on Earth where life is hard and people are so divided in their cultures, religions, opinions, and levels of spiritual awareness. Many older souls struggle, and many fail, to live out their life lessons before the challenges become too great, yet the cycles of incarnation will continue until the major lessons leading to mastery have been completed. Should a person choose to terminate their life before their lessons are learned, or their lives are ended by circumstances beyond their control, there is only compassion and love from their angels, guides, and the Creator. However, it may be necessary for them to choose harder lessons on their return to Earth based on the karma they may have created and the journey they have chosen. Their lives may also not be very long, or they may choose to have a disability. Whatever the circumstances, the soul is always in control of their journey and the choices they have made. Souls needing to learn hard lessons will choose the best teachers to support or challenge them at the right time in order to learn or complete a lesson that leads them to soul growth towards mastery. The teacher may be a newborn baby, a niece or nephew, a school teacher, a religious leader, a shopkeeper, spiritual teacher, a person you see on the television, or an animal that has a soul. So, take notice of who comes into your life that challenges your belief systems, your prejudices, your knowledge, and your feelings. Even if you can't stand them on a personal level, what have they said or done that can lead to positive changes in you that will help you to grow and develop in conscious awareness of yourself and the impact you have on others? Or are you the teacher? We are the Cosmic Council. Channel, Victoria Cochran. First impressions are intuitive. Whenever you step firmly into heart-centered consciousness, your awareness immediately becomes more connected to your inner source of intuition. Through intuition, you become aware of information about people, places, and events that springs from the essence of those people, places, and events. This information is not delivered through the outside senses, although it may unfold within you at the same time that you receive sensory information. While visual information relates only to the sense of sight, intuitive information includes much more. It includes all sensory information: sight, hearing, touch, smell, and taste, and, in addition to that, the thoughts, feelings, and memories that are relevant to the situation. First impressions are more than just visual. They are intuitive as well. When you are about to meet a person for the first time and you are approaching them, you will receive a visual impression, and your consciousness will also receive impressions about the nature of their consciousness, such as their true emotional state. That intuitive stream of information will come into your awareness alongside the visual stream, and, if you are aware that it exists, you can add the intuitive information to your conscious impression of the person. Everyone receives this intuitive information stream unconsciously, but, for it to arrive in your conscious mind, you have to 1. Be aware that it exists. 2. Be open to receiving it. The more you practice having an openness to intuitive information, the more this will develop. Most people are not aware of their mental and emotional transmissions. In a crowd of people, these transmissions add together, and there is as much mental noise as there is physical noise. As you become more in tune with your inner senses, you will find that, on some occasions, it's better not to access your intuitive information for a time, just to give yourself some peace from the volume of mental noise. At night, when you travel out of body in the spirit realms, communication is different than when you are awake in your physical body. The natural method of communication in your spirit body is to exchange information with others via thought. In the spirit world, people naturally know when to open for a communication and when to close down their thought transmissions again. There, you sense when a person opens to you and sends a mental greeting, or when they are closed and not offering any communication. In daily life, first impressions are intuitive as well as visual. The reception of such information is automatic, but the conscious mind misses this information feed when it is focused entirely upon the external world. Be more aware of your own intuitive information. Be open to it. Then, it will flow right into your conscious mind along with the visual information that your conscious mind is receiving. By Owen Waters. Take charge of your life, Saint Germain. Today is the first day of the rest of your life. No matter what has passed or what is to come, today is the day you can make changes for the better, if that is what you need or desire. No one can change your life but you. You have made your decisions, spoken your words, and done your deeds. You are living the life you have chosen, and you are responsible for your situation, no matter how it came about or who else was involved. As inflammatory as these remarks may seem, and despite the ire they may cause, the fact remains that all people on earth act and react in accordance to their self-belief systems and conditioning through childhood, school, peer, and societal influences. The desire to be liked, to fit in, to have friends, or to gain approval may all contribute to decisions that have either negative or positive consequences. Personal grief, emotional trauma, physical, mental or emotional abuse, lack of nurturing, deprivation, and poverty, all of these and more can lead to lack of self-love, confidence, and sense of self. Like a self-fulfilling prophecy, The subsequent behaviors continue the cycle and people find themselves in situations that seem to have been thrust upon them by others but which, in reality, they have attracted through their negative beliefs about and lack of love for themselves. Making positive changes in your life is as simple as recognizing that they need to be made. Staying in denial will only perpetuate the cycle and the possibility of making the same mistakes, attracting the wrong type of people, lack of financial abundance, continuing illness, or the continuation of the cycle of abuse. Whatever it is that needs changing or lifting from your psyche may not be evident or transparent. For instance, emotional trauma can present as physical symptoms that have seemingly no cause. Sometimes you may need assistance from a healer, psychic, or counselor to help you to unravel the cause of your issues. Trust that it is worth the time and effort to do so, because when you are free of emotional trauma and past baggage, you are free to get on with your life without any extra burden. The world is weighed down with people's negativity, which is resulting in major upheavals on a global scale. As enormous as the problems of the world may be, the impact of each and every individual who releases their emotional burdens and brings in the light of the Creator cannot be underestimated. The more you let go of the past and of the negative beliefs you have about yourself, the more light you let in and shine out. When you heal yourself, you also heal the world around you. It is that simple. I am Saint Germain. Blessings to you all. Channel Victoria Cochran.
Greetings, dear ones. I'm Cryon of Magnetic Service. Bask in the warmness and the beauty and the peacefulness and the love. How many of you can really do that? The answer is all of you have the opportunity to drop anything which was fearful or anything which is beyond that which is love. And that has been the channeling ever since we started, dear ones. That the human being is made from a piece of that which is the cosmos. You might call it God. Have you ever wondered what your soul is made of? Have you ever wondered, is your soul then in charge of anything, or is it not in charge? Is it like the human on the planet that you've been told is nothing and God is everything? Then what is your soul and where is your soul? We've always told you that the soul is eternal. There's never a story you ever heard that makes sense of the creation of the soul. Not really. If the soul was always there, that means it is a piece of the Creator that was always there. What if billions and trillions of souls make up that which is the family of God? What if you are a piece and a part of that which you call God? To some, that is blasphemous. Can't be. You've been told that God is everything and you are nothing. That is the program you face, and why some of you fear to this day, even God. These messages are about hope, and they have been for the last 3 weeks. This is the 4th. Paraphrasing, we've spoken about hope not being faith, because faith is trust in the unseen. It doesn't include you. Hope includes you because it's a designer energy. We have told you. It's an energy that you take and you put positive expectations in front of you on that track of your future. That's hope. It's an active energy, not a passive one, like faith. Hope is designed for benevolence. You hope for the benevolence to solve the issues that perhaps you would worry about otherwise. Hope is transformative. If you go from a person from no hope to hope, they'll live longer. The chemistry changes. Everything changes. There's joyfulness. Hope is active in that, dear ones. We've told you so many times that it's the development of an energetic consciousness. Did you hear that? It's actually a design of energetic consciousness. Hope. That is something that you can say is tangible. You're creating it. You're putting it in front of you. That's hope. Hope heals. It really does. Hope heals. Hope is the future. It really is. One who features hope in their lives every day of their life is one who shapes the future of everything they're going to do. Because hope then creates synchronicity, and you meet the people that you're going to meet because you've set that hope and that amazing creative energy out in front of you. It's almost like synchronicity then runs into you because of it. What a beautiful energy that this is. This is the 4th week that we speak of this. Hope is sometimes even seen as the magic bullet that changes lives from despair, from depression, to joy, to understanding. Hopefulness is not just somebody who sits around, looks at things, and wishes. Hope is not wishing. Hope is a designer energy. One that you craft and you say, this or something better, I put in front of me, hoping for the best, perhaps even not knowing what it is that is coming, but knowing that it will be better for me, knowing that there'll be solutions for me, but not just for me. Light workers together can create a coherence of hope that changes the planet. It's happening now, even right now. It seems sometimes like a planet on fire when you have so many things that so many people are objecting to. There is so much strife. There are so many things wrong. There are discoveries which are heartbreaking of what has been going on and what is happening. Inappropriatenesses continue to surface over and over. For those who are not aware of truly what the shift brings us, and what we have been talking about for many years, what took place starting in 2012, if you're not aware of this shift, this could be a devastating blow to your psyche, to your hopes for the planet. Not understanding that when the light turns on, the dirt shows. When light turns on in societies where there's always been inequities and the dirt is showing, inappropriateness, horror, it's all there in every society. It doesn't mean it means it's a third world or first world. It's just there. It's been human nature for eons. And when it shows, it's ugly. More has to show even still before you get the point that as it shows, you can clean it up. As it shows, you can show others that is not going to be tolerated. But as it shows, and as it then gets dealt with and resolved, this is what to look for. Because it then will not be repeated. Because there are those who have invested in it will see, I better not do that anymore. There will be those who invested in it will say, well, game is over now. These things may have worked for the last 50 or 100 years, but not anymore. That's what's going on. And it's everywhere. That's why the earth looks the way it looks. But dear ones, there's something you can do now. that's beyond even that. We've asked you in the past weeks to send hope and this manifested energy to humanity. We've asked you to send it to the light on the planet for the shift. We've asked you to send it to yourself for healing. This one, a little different. It's been mentioned in the meditation. It's all about Gaia. This earth is your partner. This earth wants to participate in the hope that you have, that you designed. It's time to send it to the planet, to the air that you breathe, to the weather that is shifting, perhaps in a frightening way, but a shift that is on schedule, that has happened before. To the planet who needs to know that there will be inventions soon, where you no longer have to pollute the planet to have energy. Inventions coming soon, where you'll have plenty of food and water, and you will have no effect at all on the planet. Time to love the planet. It is time to hug a tree, you might say, to take the hope for Gaia and push it forward. To know that it will recover and will respond. And in that, it is your partner, even still to this day. That is the hope for the future. This week, we ask you to send right now to the love that's in the valley, to the peace, to the kindness, to the compassion, all of which is Gaia. Send it there now. And do this in the name of hope. For light workers everywhere, make a difference. I'm crying in love with humanity. And so it is.
Beacons of light, reset. Greetings from home. I'm Elra of Rhythmic Service. I've come to join you today to take you on a journey and tell you a little bit about the next several months ahead on planet Earth. Months of this year are going to be huge for all of humanity because you have an opportunity to lay out the general direction for the next 20 years. Now, does that mean that you can't change things after resetting the course? Yes, dear ones, you can change things at any time you like. You can shift a lot of energy, for you're on the planet of free choice. Yet there are openings in energetic time frames that are superior for making some of these changes that you've always wanted to make. Now, I will tell you what is happening from the larger aspect of things. You're probably all wondering what is going on in this world, especially what has happened to your politics and governments. Many of these energies are in a very big shift right now, as if somebody took the rug out from under you and shook everything up a bit too much. Well, that had to happen in order to take these next steps. Keep in mind, dear ones, it isn't about fixing everything. It's about mastering everything that comes into your field. You've got more things than you can probably juggle at one time, but you're doing better with it than you think. You're here to make a difference and you've already made a huge one. Dear ones, months of this year will be critical for a lot of you, and you'll have a lot of personal things changing. Side roads. Some of you will have doors open, others will have doors closed a bit. For the most part, you will have an opportunity to step into an entirely new realm, a whole new way of thinking in a new energy. It will be much more to your liking and in greater harmony with you. Now, dear ones, you're still here at the end times when there's likely to be a lot of challenges on your planet. However, it doesn't always mean that you must be right in the midst of it. There are places you can be, opportunities you can put yourself into, and boundaries that you can set for what you will take into your world and what you won't. All of those are not only possible but very definable, especially right now. So that's why we'd like you to be thinking about what your role will be stepping into this year. What will it feel like for you to step in fully awakened with all your creative abilities? Well, it's quite an interesting process. We can't imagine all the things that you've created out of your boredom. It is time to look ahead and start to see the larger picture. Between this year now, doors will open that will set the momentum for the next 20 years. It's a great time to get creative and set that dream into motion. Am I really doing what I came here to do? Well, there might be a few adjustments that you can make in the coming months to align yourself for this period. It will be very critical for a lot of people to set their energy for what is to come. You have a lot of changes going on, but remember you can change your path at any time. It's very simple. What do you want to be a part of? How do you want to help? Where do you want to be in 15 years? That's really what it's going to amount to, and it's quite fascinating. Some of you are thinking the water is going to rise. We tell you this, things will take place on planet Earth, and while some events are expected, others are not. Changes will become more intense, so we are asking you to think about where you wish to be as these changes advance. The reality is that you have come in with a unique part of the puzzle. Yes, you will be called into service at some point. You may know it, or you may not. Between now and the months of this year is the perfect time to reposition yourself. It may be moving to a new location, or it may be starting the business that you have wanted to. Perhaps it will be writing the book you wanted to write. This is the time to reposition yourself for the next phase of the game. Yes, some of you will want to go to the mountains and protect yourselves. Others will end up putting themselves right in the middle of the change, as this is where their puzzle piece fits best. Many of you will want to be there in the right place and time, because you have contracts that will start unfolding. You may have the opportunity to help someone and you may not even realize it. But perhaps that person may have played some very critical points in your present life and in previous lifetimes. You will have many opportunities for people to come to you for things. It may be a completion for you, although something you're not familiar with at all. Over time, as this comes to you, you'll have opportunities to clear things both forward and backward. Spiral time. You are now in spiral time, which is quite a bit different than what you are used to. It will take some time for people to fully understand the concepts. Dear ones, you can see much more of your past within your future right now. Most of the collective is looking at the past, for they haven't learned to look in the future yet. Now we're going to show you that one, too. We are going to have you working with that one quickly, because it is coming for all of humanity. Now that you've moved into spiral time, you may have noticed the changes. You'll feel it first on the outside edges of consciousness, and over time you will tune it into your core vibration. Over the next couple of months, if you have the positioning that you need to put yourself in that place, we ask you to start doing it. It's time to make those moves, grasp your reality and start using it. Just a few moments ago that the Keeper was answering a question about depression on your planet, and he was talking about getting tools in place. One of them that he mentioned was cleaning out the garage. We hope he heard that himself. Whatever is needed to grasp your reality, to set up your surroundings and to support who you really are. That's going to be very important during these times. These next few months especially will happen quickly and be rather critical. Some of you will find out you have gifts that you may not have known about. The next E-wave is on the way. Some of you have specific contracts to fulfill, things that you're going to do in ways that you can work with other people. But I tell you, dear ones, you're all quite magic. The timing is perfect for a lot of your awakening currently. Many members of the family of E are in their infancy right now. Because so many are babies right now, you don't feel all their support. Trust that they are here, and you will feel the connection whether you have children or not. You'll feel that base support shifting. Instead of fighting and arguing to take this side or that, you can start coming back together as humans who have only pretended to be separate. Seeing your lives with contrast. It is very difficult to see you from here, almost as if you can only see one side of a person at a time. That's a natural pull out of the polarity of the third dimension. As you start pulling things away, people take hold of them saying, "No, I don't need that now." Or, "I want that instead. That's how I live my life." Yes, you have some very interesting things that have taken place. You've loaned your money to your political systems and now they've nearly taken control. We'll see how well you can pull that power back and make your voice heard. We also tell you that it's part of the changes that are taking place everywhere. Don't feel depressed if you don't get your way with something, and trust that your voices will be heard in a different way. Feeling lost. Don't feel discouraged if you don't see exactly where you're supposed to go. That has all started to shift, as you will see over the next several months. The veil will move aside for just a moment. Then you'll be able to catch a glimpse of where you're supposed to be, and you'll remember what you had in mind when you came here, because you've all come with very specific purpose. Although the energy moves in your way, sometimes you have a contract to work with that energy, to change and shift it to anchor it somewhere. So, look for those opportunities that are coming. We're so proud of you. You've come at just the right time. You simply must grasp what it is you're doing, then ask for that next piece and walk through it. You're the masters of the game board, dear ones. You are awakening from the dream. It's with the greatest of honor that we greet you in this way. We ask you to treat each other with respect. Of course, nurture one another at every opportunity. You can play with rhythm a bit, too. It's going to be fun. Enjoy the journey and play well together. I am Elra of Rhythmic Service. The group.
Dear brothers of the planet Earth, I, Ashtashram, being here today, is to bring peace and harmony to everyone's heart. The important thing at this moment is for every soul to fill with peace and light, not fear or anger, none of the low vibration feelings. Do not be afraid of what is happening on your planet right now. Everything seems dark and hopeless, but you must not feel that way. Every storm has a beginning, middle, and end, and every movement, process, or event goes through these three stages. Nothing is permanent or forever. The only thing eternal in this universe is the love of Father, Mother, God. Everything else is changeable. So every heart must see the light, and it fills them. Forget what is around you, what you see. Don't connect with what is happening around you. There is a vast mass of negative movement on the surface of your planet. This mass is concentrated in a few strategic points, provoking the manipulable minds to do things, we might say, that shock and takes away the balance. What is the most relevant thing in this whole process? Do you fill yourself with light, harmony, and peace and overcome this barrier, or do you relate to it? Are you looking at your world now, at every event, or just every terrible thing? Why do people connect with this negative energy? Because they vibrate the same band, because somehow the vibration that they emanate is compatible with that band. So they blend in, they become part of this negative energy band. For those who don't vibrate, it's like an air bubble in the water. It goes up, 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 and out of the water. So there is nothing to fear. But there is what to choose. Choose to reverberate with the events or with the light. Choose to vibrate peace and harmony. Every human being on this planet is divine and contains a divine spark in his chest, a piece of Father, Mother, God, because he is alive, and this is the spark that gives him capability. Besides this one, you have another one, which is free will. It is the capacity that gives you a choice to use the divine power for yourself and the whole, or to forget the divine power in yourself and the whole. Many people think that understanding that they have the divine power in their hands is sacrilege, because they could never compare themselves to God. You are a particle of God, with the same properties, the larger particle, Father, Mother, God himself. So you want to tell me that you have no divine powers? You do. You've just been taken to believe that you never had any, and that you are not capable of changing anything. So you need to sit back and accept whatever comes. We have been working to raise awareness so that you understand and believe that you can change yourselves, and that you can change the whole. All you have to do is to think about a single goal. In an extensive global meditation, you change the planet's timeline. It is not us who change. It is the force of what is emanated by you. So you are capable of changing the course of things. All you have to do is believe. All you have to do is think one single thought. Why has this negative mass taken over the planet? Because everyone is vibrating the same thing: fear, violence, war, power. So this mass only grows because it finds in you the yeast it needs to grow. So, how to change this? By vibrating above it, vibrating love, vibrating trust, vibrating peace. If everyone on the planet believed they could resound high and change their world, they would reduce this negative mass to a particle of dust, because you would decimate it. It would no longer be able to stay alive, you who keep it alive. But right now, as I said in the beginning, the whole process has a beginning, a middle, and an end. The time of the domination of this negative mass on the planet is coming to an end. It will no longer remain on Earth. But what happens today? There is a vast mass of human beings connected to it. So if we were to take a radical attitude of eliminating all beings that vibrate low, we would almost empty the planet, which is not what we want. But that's what they want to prevent. So we need to raise the consciousness and get many to be able to turn that air bubble and rise from within that mass. That's what we need to do, and that's what we are doing. The light comes with maximum intensity to your planet, reaching every heart. Some receive this light, transform almost immediately, become air bubbles, and rise up out of that mass. This process will also end because there will come a time when there is no more amount of light to make those people change. Then we will begin the final process. We will make everyone look at themselves, see who they are, where they came from, and who is manipulating them, and know the truth. It may be that the mass will become more emboldened and angrier, but we are sure that many will see the truth and want to get out of this mass, and we will be there holding their hands to get them out of it. The process won't be quick. It is not a process where everything happens and the result is immediate. It will be an exhaustive and lengthy process to bring the most significant number of people to light. At the same time, those who forged this whole system will no longer be on the planet. They will not be here anymore. So I ask you a question: where are you now? Are you that bubble of air that has already left this mass? Are you oblivious to everything and only think about the light, the new world, and your evolution? Are you emanating light to your brothers and sisters? Or are you in the middle of this mass, wanting to bring more problems, more negativity, feeding this mass even more? Where are you now? What are you feeding, the light or this negative mass? Where are you now, high away from this mass, or in the middle? What are you feeding, the light or this negative mass? Where are you now? On high, away from this mass, or in the middle? It is not difficult to see where you are. All you have to do is look at yourself with your heart. Then you will know where you are when your heart speaks and your ego is silent. And there will be time for you to place yourself and to get out of this mass, not feeding the negativity even more. But to do this, you need courage, which we realize many don't have. We are giving you a chance today to rise before the great process. Forget the opinion of others. Make your decision, your enlightened decision. We do not want you to publish a poster about your choice. We want you to make it in your heart, not for others, but yourself, because we want you to be that bubble. Thank you for watching. We love you so much.
Message from Ta. Keep it simple, you know, beloved ones. Whenever you are gathered together, united in the desire absolutely to be all that you can possibly be, you do indeed create a light. Not one colour, many beauteous hues. And each one of you have not only the radiance of that colour, you also have the sound of that colour. And if you could but hear, to know that you indeed, everyone, unique and wondrous jewel that you are part of this grand symphony of other spheres. You are part of that, each tone of you completing that grand symphony. The tone of you, the colour of you in this now is beyond description. So it is time to cease struggling. Every time that you are struggling to be the more, you are coming from a place of fear about an outcome. Coming from a place of fear that you are truly, in the deepest secret place of your heart, not enough. You know, beloved ones, when the little fear wells up, it is only necessary to stop for a moment and remind yourself of the greater truth. To remind yourself that you are as perfect now as you are ever going to be. You are as perfect now as you are ever going to be. And all of this movement in your journey is to unfold into the truth, the knowingness of this perfection. And as we have said to you, and will say again and again and again, what keeps you separate from this truth is a tiny little fear. And that part of you that is struggling for enlightenment is that very tiny portion of you that has forgotten that you already are. You all know the concept that all of your lives, that which be your past lives, and that indeed which be your future lives, are occurring simultaneously. You are already existing in what is termed fourth and fifth density, existing as you are living your lives, being your so-called enlightened ones, awakened ones. You are already existing in all of the dimensions unto the void of creation itself. You want angels. You are angels. You are the light beings. The soul energy of you is eternal, expressing itself in all dimensions. The soul energy of you is not even human. It is beyond what you term human. This lifetime that you are focused on in this moment, it is one tiny facet, one breath of eternity. You already are it even. You are it. So it is simply to unfold into your itness. to allow the unfoldment of the gift that you truly are, the gift that you are, to unfold into the allowance of all that you can possibly be in every now. And it is a choice, you know. It is a choice how you will perceive who you are, how you will perceive your perceived exterior reality. And we remind you that there is nothing outside of you but that which reflects back to you who you are. The power sourceness of you is your emotion. The power sourceness, the power of your creativity is your emotion. Energy in motion. Why do you think it is that you are told live in the now? Live in the now. How does it feel in the now? Well, if you are doing what makes your heart sing and you are indeed going forth in your now, you are absolutely focused now. When you are focused now, there is no past and no future. All of the channels are open for you to allow the flow of the greater part of you to pull forth that which is your divine inspiration. To allow that divinity of you to flow now. You only have now. You truly have no past and you have no future. You only have now, and how does it feel? Because your feelings tell you where there is something to be addressed. When we say that everything outside of you is a mirror, we are not saying that when you are seeing some atrocity that you are the atrocity. What we are saying is that as you view that which brings you joy, the feeling of joy, and open your heart so that you may be all that you can be. When what you are viewing brings forth the feeling of a negative response, you know, aha, there is something here to be addressed. Every time you find yourself in a negative judgment about anything or anybody outside of you, you say, thank you indeed for this wondrousness, this negative judgment that show me that there is a little something in here to be addressed. And how? By the absolute embracement of that baby part of you that does not know the grand truth. Keep it simple, beloved ones. We know that all of those stories out there are very exciting. There are wondrous distractions. It is wondrous indeed. But I tell you something, all of the stories will not bring you home. Home called open-hearted. Home, that feeling of fulfillment, that feeling of joy. Home, only you can do it. Only you can be it. Nobody else can do it for you. But nobody else wants to. Indeed, everybody else is far too busy looking after their own stuff. Divine intolerance and energy wizardry. We are experiencing tremors filtering through the energetic landscape. Quantum calling cards heralding the coming great shift. The release of many, many souls from dark to light. The process has begun. The game has changed. We are no longer operating in the third dimension. The material plane has transitioned to the fourth realm. We are in training. We learn the rules of engagement in the matrix, an astral plane within the Bab-Sud fourth realm frequencies. We have been upgraded. Light bodies activated. 4D skill sets downloaded and ready to be embedded. We are heroes, warriors of light, healers, missionaries of light, starseed, volunteers. Phase 3 is the preparation stage, accelerated learning curves, systems rebooted. The shift is well underway. It's getting intense, beautiful people. Comic release has hit new depths. More layers come off. We face deep wounds. Hurt threatens to erupt from our beings. Let it. Cry. Reach out. Hug yourself. Better out than in, as my granny always said. It's time to close some timelines down. Lock them out of our futurescape. Break destructive behavior patterns. Divorce matrix demons. Retrain our brain to positive algorithms. Release the fear of loss. Vacancies get filled. Solitude heals. Old ancestral karma is being released across the population. The demons attached to our ancestral lineage, haunting us, draining us, holding us back, are disturbed by the river of light flowing through the fourth realm. They seek the exit. Many light workers will resonate. Ancestral ties are being cleared. Walk the path of divine intolerance. Stay true to yourself. Do not bow to others' will. If your self-care, mental health or energetic equilibrium is threatened, give nothing but the bare minimum. Limit exchanges, interaction and eye contact. Pull back emotionally, protect in sacred circle of light and adopt light warrior stance. Dimensional turbulence is navigated with meditation, mantras and mindfulness. What will it look like? We will see the old rules of engagement change. Instead of conformity to restricted social rules being the agenda, we will see compassion quietly thread her way through the fabric of our communities. Matrix programs will glitch, short-circuit, crash. The others will, over time, move out of our frequency range. Humans will look for spiritual healing, released from constraints in this changing landscape. Those who see the matrix will see the solidification of it in the fourth realm. It will become more apparent, more sinister, more restrictive. The police state will reveal itself more authentically. We use our votes, our influence, our intellect, and our hearts when engaging with the matrix. As the darkness perceived reality, casts spells on the material plane, so too can we perform energy wizardry. We can change the algorithms. We can transmute dark to light on multiple dimensions. In cyberspace, we can embed our words, images, comments in light. We can spread light in our world through kindness, compassion, healing, and gratitude. In the fourth realm, some of us are being called to adopt warrior stance. We will be active in the rescue and release of many souls. Straddling multiple dimensions, we are the torch bearers, the light warriors, the way showers and the truth seekers. We get to know the dark web. We learn more about the energy within. We hone our third eye skills, reading energy, not the information our brain interprets. Get used to the motion sickness, find ways to deal with nausea, dizziness. We are acclimatizing to trans-dimensional existence. We are learning to move between states of reality, to affect consciously the spaces we find ourselves, active in dream state, not passive. We are in Jedi training for Faceful. Lightsaber at the ready, those who resonate with these words, tuned into your higher self, there are messages, downloads to be embedded. Are you ready to know Kung Fu Light Warriors? The machine sees us. It's time to look at it, study it, find its weaknesses. Stay away from traps, stealth mode on. Paranoia is soldier senses, listen and act accordingly. Stay grounded in love vibration with mindfulness, nature, meditation, soul tribe and water. For now we watch, adjust to our new trans-dimensional experience of life and meditate love frequency. Activation codes are being made available for upload. Connect, protect, activate. Missionaries of light, angels walking among us, portals will be activated. Practice, learn, trust universal source love. It pulses in your being. The restraints, expectations you have been dealing with will start to ease off. The furniture of our lives is being rearranged as our spiritual tribe prepare us for the next phase of our mission. We will be part of the great healing of the astral plane. Trinity portals will be activated on and off to prepare all. Dimensional slippage can be managed, harnessed and used to our advantage. Those channeling fifth dimension light to Gaia's material plane will be the anchor as multi-dimensional portals are activated to release trapped, traumatized souls in the fourth realm. The time is not yet. We are preparing. Upgrades have been integrated and embedded. Time to stretch our new skill sets. telepathy, energy reading, shamanic healing. Allow others to approach for healing only if the energy reading is right. Infiltration is rife. Cuckoos in the nest. We are easy to spot in the fourth just as they are becoming easier to spot for us. Smoke and mirrors friends. Cloak your light. Work with higher self, ascended beings and angel light for protection, cloaking your light and loved one's light. We can use our love shield as an invisibility cloak in the fourth. Just say the words to activate the light magic. Now is not the time for battle. Now is the time for healing matrix wounds, lancing ancestral comma, honing our new 5D skills, casing the fourth realm. When do we see, sense it? How does it operate? How does it communicate? Study the enemy light warriors. Practice your skills. Meditate as often as you can for guidance, upgrades, and alignment. Get agile. Light body activation is accelerated. We lighten to enable us to move between dimensions with less sickness. We become more agile. Core strength and balance is required to quantum leap timelines and dimensions. We are changing because the game has changed. We have been leveled up. Time to activate, integrate, embed. These are exciting times, friends. We survived the Matrix. Pat on the back for all. We can solo take on the fourth realm. Healing the world is still the mission. One healer, one high vibration, one soul at a time. In light and love, cosmic surfers.
And so it is.
Oh, Father, tell me we get what we deserve. Oh, we get what we deserve. Then way down we go, 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 go. Way down we go, 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 go. Way down we go. Way down we go. You let your feet run wild. Time has come as we all fall down. And for the fall, do you dare to look her right in the eye? 'Cause we will run you down, down to the door. Yeah, they will run you down, down to you fall. And they will run you down, down to you go. till you can't roll no more. Then way down we go, oh, 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 oh. Way down we go, 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 go. Way down we go. Way down we go. Go see, we'll run you down, down till you come for no more. Way down, go, 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 go. Way down, go, go. Way down, go, go, go. Way down, go. They we laying, don't make a sound, 'cause I know they're watching, watching all the commotion. The kitty like me has got people talking, they're talking, your sexy's on fire. Dark of the alley, the break of the day. Get while I'm driving, oh I'm driving, sockets are open, their knuckles bare. Feels like you're dying, your sexy's on fire. I watch us transpire. You're hot as a fever, rattling bones. I could just taste it. What taste it? Taste it. It's not forever. It's just tonight. You're still the greatest. The greatest. Greatest, greatest. Your sexy's on fire. I watch us transpire. Daddy worked like a mule, mining back and gold. Till he fucked up his back. He said, one of these days you get out of this room. Keep your nose on the grindstone and out of the hills. You see the waste of this world, he will bring you to tears. Keep the Lord in your heart, you have nothing to fear. Do the best that you can, and don't lie, and don't steal. Keep your nose on the grindstone and out of the field. But Daddy, I've been trying, I just can't catch a break. There's so much in this world that I can't seem to shake. And I remember your words, Lord, it brings me to change. Keep your nose on the grindstone and out of the field. Keep in mind that a man's just as good as his word. It takes twice as long to build the bridges and burn. In this earth you can cause time enough cannot be. Keep your nose on the ground and out of the hills. But Daddy, I've been trying, I just can't catch a break. There's so much in this world that I can't seem to shake. And I remember your words, Lord, it brings me to change. Keep your nose on the grindstone and out of the hills. Keep your nose on the grindstone and out of the hills. Keep your nose on the grindstone and out of the hills. Hey little girl, is your daddy home? Did he go and leave you all alone? You got a bad desire. Oh, 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 I'm on fire. So tell me now, baby, is he good to you? Can he do the things that I do? I can take you higher. Oh, 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 I'm on fire. Sometimes it's like someone took a knife, baby, a gin dog, and drive a 6-inch valley through the middle of my soul. In the night I wake up through the sheets soaking wet, a freight train running through the middle of my head. Only you can cool my desire. Oh, 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 I'm on fire. Hey, little girl, is your daddy home? Did he go and leave you all alone? Got a bad desire. Oh, 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 I'm on fire. Oh, 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 I'm on fire. Oh, 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 I'm on fire. Go and close the curtains, so we need this candlelight, you and me, and a bottle of wine to hold you tonight. Girl, you know I'm going home.
Oh my gosh.
How I wish it weren't so. Take this wine and a drink with me. Let's delay our misery. It's safe tonight. You turn it around, tell me you're upside down. Be the bad guy now, with no one to drown. I couldn't be there, even when I tried. You don't believe it. Feel the same time, seasons changing, love went cold. Feel the flame, cause we can't let go. Run away, but we're not in circles. Run away, I dare you to do something. Rain on you, so I don't take the blame. Run away, we're not in circles. Run away. I think it's time to move everywhere I go. I say so. I knew that this was new from the get-go. I thought it was special, but it was just a sex though, and I can hear the echoes, and a feeling that it's time to let it go. Seasons changing, our love went cold. Feed the flame, cause we can't let go. Run away, but we run in circles. Run away, I beg you to do something. I'm waiting on you again, so I don't take the blame. Run away, but we run in circles. Run away. what you gonna do for me. Seasons changing, our love ain't cold. Feel the flame, cause we can't let go. Run away, but we're running circles. Run away, I'm ready to do someday. I'm waiting on you, dance on my flame. Run away, but we're running circles. Run away, run away. Well, I used to wake morning before the rooster crowed, searching for soda bottles to get myself some gold. Brought 'em down to the corner, down to the country store. Cash 'em in and give my money to a man named Curtis Lowe. Old Kurt was a black man with wild curly hair. If he had a glass of wine, he did not have a care. He used to play no double, he used to play across his knees. I think old Kurt, my money, he fell after me. Play me a song, Curtis Lowe, Curtis Lowe. Well, I got your drinking money, tune up your door. People said he was useless, then people all were fools. 'Cause Curtis Lowe was the finest picker to ever play the blues. Well, he looked to be 16, maybe I was 10. Mama used to put me in, but I'm done seeing him. Oh, I clap my hands and stomp my feet, and I try to stay in time. Oh, better play a song or two, and then take another drink of wine. Play me a song, Curtis Lowe, Curtis Lowe. Well, I got your drinking money, tune up your door. But people said he was useless, then people all were fools. 'Cause Curtis Lowe was the finest picker to ever play the blues. All the pictures say someone worth and they chuck to your hand to play. Well, they did a whole lifetime of just playing the black and blue. On the dancing on they saw the song slow, well, I got you drinking money tonight. People say it's easy, people all
Losing my motherfucking mind. Fucking right.
What's the reason for this again? Right back where we've always been. These excuses are everything. So what's the reason for this again? What's the reason for this again? Can't decide what you've got to wear. Promising but you're not my friend. So what's the reason for this again? Red city takes on this pretty local mission. What's the reason for this? Gathered in the masses, just like witches at black masses. Evil minds of dark destruction, sorcerer of death construction. In the fields of bodies burning, as the war machine keeps turning, poisoning their brainwashed minds, death and hatred to mankind. Would you
Always gotta sit my ear. Oh, wow. I'm about to get razzing. I don't. Don't care. It's my babies.
I'm gonna show you niggas how to ride, man. This shit for fun, nigga, don't take it personal. I was gonna rob EKT 40, but he's busy killing his homies. I was gonna straight motherfucker. Keep a real nigga, I don't even know him. I'm trying to fuck them 3 times, all they gotta do is let me fuck them like 1 time. My diamonds is frost, you can call me the boss, you would've thought I was tweaking or something. I was gonna rob these streets, but the boy myself having a seizure or something. I was gonna rob the athletes, badass in the alley stinking or something. I was gonna rob Arnold, catch him at the XL, throwing money for nothing. Pull up on Mafia, come with the Mafia shooters, ass up like a swastika. Pull up on Mooka, put me in book gang, stop on Marion Dolph name. Pull up on Black Ridge, catch him on the back street, put him on the ground, yelling go gang. Pull up on Q-Murder, pull me in N1, make him home too much, catch his whole thing. Catch little Buddha, do him like Buddha, that boy would've swear it was a shooter. Double O Taco, you talking that one shit, but you poppin' fatty with Fiji. Slide up on BG, I'm coming like Taliban, them niggas run when they see me. Run up on Walk to the he be like, don't do it, nigga, quit crying and pleading. Slide up on Big Bang, I got that good joint, you should be cut, I don't need it. Run up on shoot 'em up, I can just beat 'em up, them guns is really not needed. I'm trying to fuck back, trying to put that on Big Mama, nigga, I'm hungry, I'm Brady. Fast come and get me, I'm going like Big Tim. ESQ Whistle, you can meet me in the kitchen. Catch G, baby, nigga, we can play hardball if they come for me, shooting to me, knock the doors off. It's I can show you niggas how to ride, man. Hey, yes, you influence this one, baby. Think how you gonna take it, fuck. Down on my beat. If a nigga touch me, beat him like he stole something. My money, that loan money, that buy a house, get gone money. Me and the plug bigger right now, cause I strong on you. Ran up on the plug, fuck that nigga, he ain't on nothing. All these bands in my pocket got you niggas upset. All this smoking that I'm doing, baby, cause I'm up next. They compare me to him because I got my own shit. I don't get no show money, but I still can go to the mall and blow money. Call me Luda high, nigga, throw them balls on him. I'm like ABN Rule, high up them rolls on him. Tom Brady, how I'm throwing shit across country. Minnesota, Omaha, Wichita, it's all Mike Big, how I'm killing with this dog. On the GTA, on the cops, I can't count this dog on me. Charlie Sheen high, nigga, keep them hoes on it. You can call me Django high, nigga, keep that hoe on it. But I'm a nigga, Kid Star, nigga, KB Films. I got Young Doe on my beat. Yeah. Harry Potter, how I play with them sticks, nigga. John Bones Jones, how I bust you in your shit, nigga. Bought a beat off dope, damn I like this snap, nigga. Stump a nigga in these socks, damn I like this fit, nigga. Kamikaze in the trap like I supposed to. Every time I smoking, bitch, I'm smoking on that old dude. Try me if you want this chopper, chop you up like Pro Tools. Always smell like skunk and I be smoking when I want to. Nigga, I be joking when I want to. Where your bitch at, cause I can fuck her when I want to. We don't do the internet, but I can show you what we gon' do. We don't do the internet, but I can show you what we gon' do. Nigga, I be joking when I want to. Where your bitch at, cause I can fuck her when I want to. We don't do the internet, but we can show you what we gon' do, nigga. Yeah. You get shot and she get shot. Unload the clip in the pussy, nigga. Watch him play possum. If my little nigga spot him, they don't call me cause ain't no talking. Catch a nigga lacking at the store, yeah, he don't do that all. I think he talking to his band, now he talking to us. Overkill everything. On the road with John, cause he like, hey, put that blunt out. And we ain't doing another turnaround until we run out. Put a 3 on a 1 and chop into the sun out. Fuck a PO, I never put my gun down. All these bands on me, keep them bulging out the wallet. No 4PF, but this money falling out my pocket. Niggas know we got it, poppin' shit like pockets. Let me check the topic, put a dub on your head like fuck it, kill your mama. Got your bitch in the press, I'm hitting her with this end big comment. Call her Nene and she pull up shooting shit without no scars. I'm gonna be coming home, drug, he got six, it ain't gonna take long. Can't wait till we get that pill and have they face long. I've been somewhere trapping in the city in a V-Long. I don't give a fuck about these bitches, tell them be gone. All these haters up, and this in the air, can't show no apathy. It started at that same clear store, selling tenants. Oh, you in these streets, it's a dirty gang, can't show no empathy. I was 19, kicked out the house, bought my first quarter key. Way down there, we're making me no money. Only smoke the weed now, cause I'm trying to get this money. On the road with Jones, he like, hey, put that blunt out. And we ain't doing another turnaround until we run out. Put a 3 on a 1 and chop until the sun out. Fuck a PO, I never put my gun down. All these bands on me, keep them bulging out the wallet. No 4PF, but this money falling out my pocket. Niggas know we got it, poppin' shit like pockets. Let me check this topic, put a dub on your head like fuck it, kill your mama. Niggas know we got it, poppin' shit like pockets. Let me check this topic, put a dub on your head like fuck it, kill your mama. That's what we did, DP shit, nigga. You get shot, unloaded clip in the pussy, nigga. Watch him like possum. If my little nigga spot him, they don't call me cause they don't talk. Catch a nigga lacking at the store, yeah, he don't do that all. I think he talking to his paying, now he talking to a car. Yes, I be talking to that money and she be talking to me soft. Yeah, that bitch know that I kill for her, I think that's why she calls. Spin it all, spin it all, spin it all, yeah, nigga, that is how I'm born. Fuck the ops, fuck the law, fuck them all, yeah, nigga, that is how I'm done. Chase him down, feed him all, call him like, yeah, little pussy, why you running? Come here, mumble, I'm done. I'm a nigga head up like post. Rap nigga up and go dumb for me. I got time, bitch, in the discussion. CC, 18 in the clip. I'm 18 with the assist. Call me GAGP. Great aim, great precision. I'm in love with the blocks, but them chops get different. You bitches coming to flip. You ain't safe in your house. This bitch coming through them bricks. 6 deep in the whip. 4 chops, 4 blicks. Way too deep in this bitch. Put your kids under the couch. I'm aggressive in this bitch. Let the dog in the mouth. If a nigga run, he won't make it out the house. Bitch, we got XDs and we got chops. You get shot and you get shot and she get shot. Unload the clip in the pussy, nigga. Watch him play possum. If my little nigga spot him, they don't call me cause ain't no talking. Catch a nigga lacking at the store, yeah, he don't do that all. I think he talking to his pay and now he talking to a car. Bitch, I be talking to that money and she be talking to me soft. Yeah, that bitch know that I kill for her, I think that's why she called. I think he talking to his pay and now he talking to a car. You get shot and you get shot and she get shot. Bitch, I be talking to that money and she be talking to me soft. Yeah, that bitch know that I kill for her, I think that's why she called me. Nigga spot them, they don't call me cause they don't talking. Catch a nigga lacking at the store, yeah, he don't do that all. I think he talking to his pay and now he talking to a car. Bitch, I be talking to that money and she be talking to me soft. Yeah, that bitch know that I you already know how the fuck we feeling, nigga. Hey, run that shit up, Chase. come through brick. We only 2, 5 by 6. This chopper super wet. If I bang when you niggas, police knocking at my crib. You hiding in the CPO, my nigga, that bitch on my bitch. I'm the big bad wolf. Bitch, this chopper come through brick. We only 2, 5 by 6. This chopper super wet. If I bang when you niggas, police knocking at my crib. You hiding in the CPO, my nigga, that bitch on my bitch. Don't need no gang with me, nigga. Give me my gun and my wig. I'm on my Tony Montana shit. We don't do no bitches, no kids. Fuck the fame, Lord, nigga. I'm just trying to feed my kids. I'm from my landlord, nigga. I'ma be the Lord. Pain in a nigga if you open up your ear. I ain't the same little nigga since Lil Brody contact me. I'ma put the gang on a nigga if you touch a hair on my head. Please burn the car, burn your clothes, and get rid of them blicks. I'm a blick, bad whoop. Bitch, this chopper come through brick. We only 2, 5 by 6. This chopper super wet. If I bang when you niggas, police knocking at my crib. You hiding in the CPO, my nigga, that bitch on my bitch. I'm a blick, bad whoop. Bitch, this chopper come through brick. We only 2, 5 by 6. This chopper super wet. If I bang when you niggas, police knocking at my crib. You hiding in the CPO, my nigga, that bitch on my bitch.
That bitch owned by the feds. I just came for the head. This CPO bitch best. Get the neck that I put. She say I'm a dog. Told that bitch that I'm a wolf. I don't want your bitch. I just came for the nuts. They love you when you broke, but they gon' hate you when you good. Never been a bitch that'll run up in my blood. Just fully on the blick, stuff the little engine that could. If it's up there, then it's up there. Niggas acting like I ain't really with that cuss shit. Only in the streets, I turned up the niggas something. Fuck that thought, she too easy, that little scut bitch. Don't watch me, watch the bitches that you cut, bitch.
Big bad whoop. Bitch, this chopper come through brick. We only 2, 5 by 6. This chopper super wet. If I bang when you niggas, police knocking at my crib. You hiding in the CPO, my nigga, that bitch on my bitch. I'm the big bad whoop. Bitch, this chopper come through brick. We only 2, 5 by 6. This chopper super wet. If I bang when you niggas, police knocking at my crib. You hiding in the CPO, my nigga, that bitch on my bitch.
At approximately 4:30 this afternoon, we received a 911 call of a victim of a gunshot. At this time, we do not have any suspect information. EMS arrived on scene. Unfortunately, they were not able to identify the subject was pronounced deceased here at the location.
What they did to Lord, that bitch, I'll never forget that. And know y'all speaking on his name, I know y'all really ain't with that. Y'all had to take my nigga's life over what, I don't get that. And don't ever think it's over, it's me and mine needs to get back. Grew up on the same streets, Lord, that he was a bold nigga. Never listened to a song, he was a cold nigga. Wish I would've seen you on that day, I would've rolled with you. They would've had to kill me too, and that's a show. Nigga, felt like they had to take you on my life, but we gon' live it up. And we keep coming for the top until they give it up. Wish you could've seen your little brother, bro, he big as fuck. Wish you could be there when I'm down so you can bring me up. I can't keep living with this pain, I wanna give it up. But I'ma keep going with this rap shit until I'm big as fuck. Put your name on everything so niggas, they can look you up. Never thought I'd see you in the dirt, man, that shit sick as fuck.
Never heard me when they call me. Had me in the trap crying, nigga, I was sorry. These niggas in these bitches do you dirty like a Audi. Them is fucked up, they couldn't find you till the morning. I should've told you, told that bro just like you supposed to. Now it's a soul for a soul, that's how far the road. I should've kept you on my back just like I supposed to. But now you gone, my nigga, so that is over. Them heard me when they called me. Had me in the trap crying, nigga, I was sorry. These niggas in these bitches do you dirty like a Audi. Them is fucked up, they couldn't find you till the morning. I should've told you, told that bro just like you supposed to. Now it's a soul for a soul, that's how far the road. I should've kept you on my back just like I'm supposed to. But now you gone, my nigga, so now that's over. Now I'm tryna pop out. Niggas better watch out before I pull up with them glasses. You get knocked out. Draco hit a them niggas talk to us, brands pop out, and with the internet, so you little niggas better watch out. Coming free, see, how the fuck you let a cop out? If the feds coming for you, real niggas don't cop out. I only know one way to get a nigga, that's a drop out. I only know one way to get a nigga, that's a drop out. Them heard me when they call me, had me in a trap crying, nigga, I was sorry. Niggas in this bitch do me dirty like a Hardy. Them is fucked up, they couldn't find you to the morning. I should've told that bro just like you supposed to. Now it's a soul for a soul, that's how far we move. I should've kept you on my back just like I'm supposed to. But now you gone, my nigga, so now that's old news. Them heard me when they call me, had me in a trap crying, nigga, I was sorry. Niggas in this bitch do me dirty like a Hardy. Them is fucked up, they couldn't find you to the morning. I should've told that bro just like you supposed to. Now it's a soul for a soul, that's how far we move. I should've kept you on my back just like I'm supposed to. But now you gone, my nigga, so now that's old news.
What up, big bro? We in this bitch. Shopper get shot, tax free in this bitch. Shit, I get shot by
I can't fuck around with niggas, half of them cops. You can catch me in the kitchen beating down the block, or you can catch me over the stove fucking with a pop. I can't fuck around with niggas, half of them cops. You can catch me in the kitchen beating down the block, or you can catch me over the stove fucking with a pop. Tryna set a nigga up with a fucking thought. No, I can't go, no, I won't go, bitch, I keep me a Glock. I told a rockstar me a nigga with this fucking mop. I stay away from niggas, they'll set you up like a dirty cop. Slide down on your homeboy, big stick in the dirty box. I know a couple niggas made a man off a dirty pot. Hey, drop, bitch, I've been playing in that water, I think my wrist hot. I'm fucking fresh as hell, nigga, and your kids not. You can suck with me and stuck with me, I don't know no nigga in my lane right now that can fuck with me. 10 million in club security, fuck with me. Poppy got his knife, tryna give a nigga $150. Quick $150 in the club with my slugs, you need money more. These niggas can't fuck with me. They don't want me to make it. If I go broke, then a nigga gon' face this. I can't live without the slugs when you nigga act bad, you know I'ma put a slug in it. Or you say it's up, fuck nigga, they get stuck, very good. I might cut, make the whole party duck. They say bitches can't fly. You a life on a glove, switch blades to your face, yeah, bitch, I'm really cut. I'm a cut, motherfucker, cut a motherfucker. Switch on the glitch, everything I'm bitch. Shoot it and don't miss, I'ma let it rip. Blade. Fuck boy, this a blood for the trade. I don't play games, bitch, nigga, I don't play. No discrimination, I clap your bitch too, no hesitation. I let this bitch room, shooting at you dust on the motherfucking food. Run for his gun. Ready versus Jason, you get high, but you can't run. I'll fuck you down when I let this bitch down. Shoot him in his back, shoot him in his neck, shoot him in his flash, shoot him in his head, aim for his dress, shoot him to his dead. I can't fuck around with niggas, half of them cops. You can catch me in the kitchen beating down the block, or you can catch me over the stove fucking with a pop. Ops, I can't fuck around with niggas, half of them cops. You can catch me in the kitchen beating down the block, or you can catch me over the stove fucking with a pop.
Remy, you got my neighbor's book. I have. What the fuck was that? Yeah.
like TNT. I'm a different breed. I am. I'm one of a kind. I got shot in my back, I was like paralyzed, a bullet hit my spine. I'm fucked up inside, but deep bags, I tell you, nigga, don't fine. I guess it's true what they say, only the strong survive. Lose his time and miss your pop. Every week I get shot, going broke, a lot of options. Purse snatching ass niggas to drop the dimes. Fuck your ass, step for your grind. You know, but you ain't got a bag. Like they know I ain't got a brag. This shit came from my jacket. Hey, broke bitches do the most, and niggas try to play it close. That's why I be ghost. Even though paralyzed, I'm still living. I give a fuck about a good bitch, and that shit couldn't keep me out the kitchen. And I still fuck these bitches up and down with a chair like I'm eating switches. I go off my children, getting money's my ambition. I'm on a money mission. I don't see no competition. These niggas, they ain't fucking with me and kind of mob, and I was fucked up. But not now, cause I'm up. They counted me out, but I counted up. Their money keep coming, I can't get enough. I got shot in my back and my leg. Thank God it wasn't in the back of my head. It wasn't open, no bitch, no bread. So pussy niggas with some pistols. And turned the real one to a victim. I was fucked up in the hospital with morphine in my system. I was thinking I was gonna get them. I'm a different breed. I am. I'm one of a kind. I got shot in my back, I was left paralyzed, a bullet hit my spine. I'm fucked up inside, but deep bags, I tell you, nigga, don't fine. I guess it's true what they say, only the strong survive. Lose his time and miss your pop. Every week a nigga shopping, going broke, it's not an option. Purse snatching ass niggas keep dropping dimes. Fuck your ass, step for your grind. You know, but you ain't got a bag. Like they know I never brag. This shit came from my jacket.
Man, every time I come in here, you eating a bowl of candy, drinking a bowl of codeine. I eat candy. I drink codeine. I don't make candy too. Call it the factory. He said, call it to me. He said, call it the factory. He said, he got the clean drink. Drop some more in there. I mean, it's how you do it. And you don't get bubbly like Charlie. And you feel me? You just do it like this. You drop one, drop two, and then you come back with like two. Hold on. Let me tell you something. Go ahead. That's it. Three. Now you hit 4. And now you got the recipe. You feel me? That's how you do it. The candy coated. Yeah. Oh, mafia. Stupid. I'll buy 2 bottles. Nah, liquor codeine, I might just OD. But my niggas know me, I'm moving slowly. It's like this shit on repeat, drinking purple. I call that shit cold. I drink my lean through a straw. I took my lean in the mall. Yeah. I put some lean on the bro. I spit some lean at the law. Yeah. No, we not beefing with y'all. No, we not eating with y'all. Put the lean in the dog. I make it soda in the pantry. Lean taste just like candy. I'm sipping some more. I just might pour up for 4. I just might pour up for 8. When I want red, I want great. I know it's real mistake. I gotta look at his face. I can just look at the bottle and make sure it's something to say. So you can hand me that lean and I hand you this money so I can just be on my way. I can't place. He like it's 50. Nah, nigga, it's 80 today. Got more up. He like it's what? Nah, nigga, we double and cut. 2 Glocks, stay stuck to my nuts. 2 perks, she sucking us up. 2 blunts, I'm rolling that one. Full mafia, no fucking with us. I drink my lean through a straw. I took my lean in the mall. Yeah. I put some lean on the bro. I spit some lean at the law. Yeah. No, we not beefing with y'all. No, we not eating with y'all. Pouring up lean in the dog. I make it soda in the pantry. Lean taste just like candy. I in the night. I turn it soft in the heart. Yeah. You already sipped the weed, but where's the raw? Yeah.
yeah. I opened the box, thought it was coke, but it was dark. Yeah. I call him Maxie with a hoe, cause I sell it all. I bust it down and go straight to the block. Yeah. Yes, I keep banger on me. And she don't like strangers on me. She come with no danger warning. Damn near OD'd off this candy codeine. Cause I didn't read the label on it. I drink my lick through a straw. I tell my lean in the mall. Yeah. I put some lean on the bra. I spit some lean at the law. Yeah. No, we not beefing with y'all. No, we not eating with y'all. Growing up leaning the dog. The biggest soda in the pantry. Lean taste just like candy.
I bite your bottles. Now liquor codeine, I might just OD. But my niggas know me, I'm moving slowly. It's like this shit on weed, drinking purple. I call that shit coke.
Hey man, sometimes when you get older, you just start to realize shit like trouble come around, you can smell that shit, you know what I'm saying? When trouble come around, I can smell it before I see it. Got a couple niggas locked up, I just hope that they can beat it. I just gotta stay positive, starting to feel like I'm undefeated. All my friends come and go, one thing I learned is I don't need them. When trouble come around, I can smell it before I see it. Got a couple niggas locked up, I just hope that they can beat it. I just gotta stay positive, starting to feel like I'm undefeated. All my friends come and go, one thing I learned is I don't need them. I just think about my struggle, like if I had kids, how I'm gonna feed them. And one thing I know for sure is I never give up and I never leave them. I'm too loyal to my family, never cross them, never deceive them. Can't nobody fuck with us, you either join cause you can't beat them. Growing up it was just pain, even though I had shit. Daddy had cash, I was living lovely, bad rich, but I still acted bad like I never had shit. Then they locked my brother up, turned to a pure savage. I'm just chasing green beans, broccoli, lettuce, cabbage, and I won't stop. Go runner, I gotta have it. Don't let Foxy get you killed, nigga. Try to have it. You can try me if you want to. Get smoked, mad. When trouble come around, I can smell it before I see it. Got a couple niggas locked up, I just hope that they can beat it. I just gotta stay positive, starting to feel like I'm undefeated. All my friends come and go, one thing I learned is I don't need them. When trouble come around, I can smell it before I see it. Got a couple niggas locked up, I just hope that they can beat it. I just gotta stay positive, starting to feel like I'm undefeated. All my friends come and go, one thing I learned is I don't need them. Mama always said, she always told me about them friends. When you need that extra help, who gon' be them extra hands? Now that I'm getting older, I see she ain't lie, I understand. I thought niggas was being faithful, but now I see that ain't the plan. But I gotta keep it pushing, I can't fold, I'll always stand 10 toes on my feet. I gotta get it for my fam, we won't miss another meal. Free my niggas out the jam. Shout out FOE, shout out Teaca, and shout out Sam. What the fuck is a friend? Nah, bitch, I don't need that. All I need is my family, yeah, bitch, I bleed that. Fuck the mouse, fuck the liquor, where the fuck the weed at? But you'll never catch me lacking, yeah, bitch, I keep that. When trouble come around, I can smell it before I see it. Got a couple niggas locked up, I just hope that they can beat it. I just gotta stay positive, starting to feel like I'm undefeated. All my friends come and go, one thing I learned is I don't need them. When trouble come around, I can smell it before I see it. Got a couple niggas locked up, I just hope that they can beat it. I just gotta stay positive, starting to feel like I'm undefeated. All my friends come and go, one thing I learned is I don't need them. All my friends come and go, one thing I learned is I don't need them. Trouble come around, I can smell it before I see it. Got a couple niggas locked up, I just hope that they can beat it. I just gotta stay positive, starting to feel like I'm undefeated. All my friends come and go, one thing I learned is I don't need it.
God, I cracked my fucking dough with it.
Man, what you in here watching on Facebook gangsters?
Hell yeah, I am on Facebook, bro. It's good. I'm about to go to work, man. I'll be back in a week, man. Shit, what you want for this motherfucker, man?
Man, shit. You gonna make 18, man. You just need 10.
All right. Let's say. I know you cuz on you too.
You already know what it is, nigga.
So before we in this bitch, nigga, you know how we coming.
Stupid. We got BTM also in this bitch.
Play crazy if you want to, nigga. Free the guys. How can I not? I'm stupid. You dumb, how could I not? How could I not? You stupid if you in the trap, you ain't stacking it. You dumb if you on the pistol and you ain't packing it. If you see an op, my nigga better go and whack the shit. Cause you ain't gonna do the opposite. How could I not? How could I not? You stupid if you in the trap, you ain't stacking it. You dumb if you on the pistol and you ain't packing it. If you see an op, my nigga better go and whack the shit. Cause you ain't gonna do the opposite. Mama always told me if you gon' ride with them bands, then ride with that strap. Don't get caught slipping out here, son, without that gat. I ain't playing, little nigga, better chill before I push the shit back. I got a whole team of killers. I got a whole team of niggas. That's ride for me, that's slide for me, that's ready to die for a nigga. I ain't playing when we come outside, nigga, we ain't hide from a nigga. Man, I hate when these bitches act like they ain't got time for a nigga. See with some bands, now they wanna come climb on that nigga. This bag right here, I built it up, it's my Lord niggas. If you try to take it from me, that's when your life get declined, Lord nigga. All my family done been to the feds and did some time, Lord nigga. This shit is raw, the back door knocking, they want them live, Lord nigga. I used to smoke weed in the bathroom, and I sold up in the classroom. I remember them days, that shit was so fun, we talk pops in the class too. Now a nigga in the trap trying to multiply, weigh it up nigga and add to it. Please don't get in my lane, I run your ass over to nothing, shows no. How could I not? You stupid if you in the trap, you ain't stacking it. You dumb if you on the pistol and you ain't packing it. If you see an op, my nigga better go and whack the shit. Cause he ain't gonna do the opposite. How could I not? How could I not? You stupid if you in the trap, you ain't stacking it. You dumb if you on the pistol and you ain't packing it. If you see an op, my nigga better go and whack the shit. Cause he ain't gonna do the opposite.
10 white zips of that Mary Kay.
I caught a geek by the store, I'm trying to make a play.
From 160 on the Weber just to go hit the play. I stay off in the bitch mouth like Kobe. I beat the beat just like Rocky. Any nigga try to stop me, chop me, with his chop it, knock his body out the robbins. Like that nigga tried to rob me, now that's obsolete. FOE and BGM top topic in these streets.
How could I not? How could I not? You stupid if you in the trap, you ain't stacking it. You dumb if you on the pistol and you ain't packing it. If you see an op, my nigga better go and whack the shit. Cause he ain't gonna do the opposite. How could I not? How could I not? You stupid if you in the trap, you ain't stacking it. You dumb if you on the pistol and you ain't packing it. If you see an op, my nigga better go and whack the shit. Cause he ain't gonna do the opposite. How could I not? You stupid if you in the trap, you ain't stacking it. Dumb if you on the pistol and you ain't packing it. If you see an op, my nigga better go and whack the shit. Cause he ain't gonna do the opposite. How could I not? Dumb if you on the pistol and you ain't packing it. If you see an op, my nigga better go and whack the shit. Cause he ain't gonna do the opposite. How could I not? Stupid if you in the trap, you ain't stacking it. Dumb if you on the pistol and you ain't packing it. If you see an op, my nigga better go and whack the shit. Cause he ain't gonna do the opposite. Don't get caught slipping out here, son, without that.
Nah, bro. Oh, hell nah. Come on, man. Let's get this money, man. I'm going to Puerto Rico, man. Be back in the week. All you do is just get like too quick. You gotta say it loud.
Yeah, that was funny. You got me cracking up.
What is that? I'm supposed to hear what that happened. You feel me? Without this gas.
You ain't stacking it. You dumb if you on the pistol and you ain't.
Your shit slapping too.
How could I not? You stupid if you in the trap, you ain't stacking it. You dumb if you on the pistol and you ain't packing it. If you see an op, my nigga better go and whack the shit. Cause he ain't gonna do the opposite. How could I not? How could I not? You stupid if you in the trap, you ain't stacking it. You dumb if you on the pistol and you ain't packing it.
Beat the dope with the blender.
if you don't act right. You niggas Friday, cops niggas with flashlights. Fuck her on the first night, cause my cash right. And don't be mad when I tip her, cause that ass nice. Niggas got shot in the ass, that was last night. Lil' baby told me slow down, did the dash twice. And niggas stay snitching, I don't know why. Free the cab, free the H, free them go guys. Big wood, bitch, this ain't no .5. Big chopper, this bitch come from Dubai. Beat the pussy till it bruised, this bitch do cry. I gotta hit the dog once or twice, this shit too strong. When we done fucking, baby, put your shoes on. I gotta call the Uber and get you gone. And don't stay in that spot, nigga, for too long. You better go and hit that riff, nigga, and move on. Big ass GG on my belt and that bitch two-tone. Some of the realest niggas I met was in that group home. Box came in the mail and it's gonna get gone. Couple hours later, had to cut off the trap phone. You niggas is pussies, y'all get clapped on. My niggas keep Gigi like with a strap on. I gotta cut that work, I had to put some legs on it. She wanna make a bed, I tell her put some bed on it. Serial killers in my circle call him Ted Bundy. This shit knocking off the hinges, call it fat money. You to use the Lord's name for the wrong thing. Trump at the border trying to stop the dope game. I'm eating steak, bitch, you eating Lowe. You selling 50, bitch, I'm selling cocaine. 32.5 for the whole thing. Them pounds you get for 6, that ain't a flip. This chopper hit your whip and make it flip. That 30 that you riding with ain't shit. Bought some new dog food, put my foot in it. They keep coming back to back, they like to cut in it. If you call me for a sit, then you stuck with it. No return policy, middle finger is fuck niggas. And when it come to that beef, I'm like fuck niggas. Chopper with a scope, yeah, like the plug niggas. Riding with this 50 as they tucked on me. Police get behind me, hear my cut on them. Them FOE niggas, yeah, I'm stuck with them. Fuck it, I can murder me a cop for trying to fuck with them. We don't try to rob you, nigga, cause that's bad luck. Zombie tips in this clip, give you a tummy tuck. Shoot up your whip, and it flip, then I'm rolling up. Killed your ass and called the boys, now you taste sweet as fuck. Door knocking in this cookie is still hot as fuck. Don't like that dope, they need that water and keep bubbling up. And my bitch took the work, but she ain't stopped nothing. Had a couple grams fast, yeah, high honey. Beat the dope with the blender if you don't act right. You niggas Friday, cops niggas with flashlights. Fuck her on the first night, cause my cash right. And don't be mad when I tip her, cause that ass nice. Nigga got shot in the ass, that was last night. Lil' baby told me slow down, did the dash twice. And niggas stay snitching, I don't know why. Free the cab, free the X, free them go guys. Big wood, bitch, this ain't no .5. Big chopper, this bitch come from Dubai. Beat the pussy to it bruised, this bitch do cry. I gotta hit the dog once or twice, this shit too strong. When we done fucking, baby, put your shoes on. I gotta call the Uber and get you gone. And don't stay in that spot, nigga, for too long. You better go and hit that riff, nigga, and move on. Because GG on my belt and that bitch two-tone. Some of the realest niggas I met was in that group home. Box came in the mail and it's gonna get gone. Couple hours later, had to cut off the trap phone. You niggas is pussies, y'all get clapped on. My niggas keep Gigi like with a strap on. I gotta cut that work, I had to put some legs on it. She wanna make a bed, I tell her put some head on it. Riding with this 50 as they tucked on me. Police get behind me, hear my cut on them. Them FOE niggas, yeah, I'm stuck with them. Fuck it, I gon' murder me a cop for trying to fuck with them. We don't try to rob you, nigga, cause that's bad luck. Zombie tips in this clip, give you a tummy tuck. Shoot up your whip, and it flip, then I'm rolling up. Killed your ass and called the boys, now you taste sweet as fuck. Killed your ass and called the boys, now you taste sweet as fuck. Killed your ass and called the boys, now you taste sweet as fuck.
I'ma just touch me a bag today. I'm tryna get it another way. People be acting all funny, baby. I'm still taking money, baby. I'ma ask like any funny. Text me in case I'm not running. I'ma box it up, it's nothing. Beat the case now, man. I got turned up into something. I remember having nothing. These niggas really some peasants. Niggas best for my presence. These niggas know that it's evident. I beat the case on no evidence. I still go demons, my medicine. I pop a
apart, then I levitate. If you run up in me having gaze, niggas mad that I'm relevant. The shit that you talking irrelevant. That money you talking, I never seen it. The piece that you taking, I won't believe it. I get to the money, I gotta get it. And I'm not talking no single digits. I was raised in fucking trenches. We tryna go from red to riches. I'm already fucking the baddest bitches. Yes, and God is my fucking witness. Moon rock, help me meditate. This chopper home with you all them shade. You do the Dougie and Diddy Bob. I got a bitch in a fucking Glock. This bitch hold $50 penis. And I ain't talking no fucking meaning. This bitch get wetter than my profane. If you a snitch, you sleep with the fishes. Niggas tryna tell me they the winners. I beat the case, don't walk away. Get the fuck out my fucking face. I left the city without a trace. The beam when I'm in my present trace. These niggas shot that I made it out. I'm big dog, bitch, I got the clout. So start the talking, boy, watch your mouth. I've been told I was coming on. You didn't believe me, so leave me alone. B57 ain't that your dog. Guaranteed you won't make it home. This Glock 30 wanna split your wig. This bitch pregnant with 50 kids. She ready for labor in a minute. The shit that I'm on, boy, you ain't with it. I only know one way to fucking get it. And that's how the mud hit the hurt. Your body be up in no fucking hurt. I'm sitting back thinking about my work. You a bunch of little scared bitches. You get the run to you, where I'm coming. Niggas swear they ain't scared of nothing. American nigga, when you see I'm coming. I get you out here smooth running. Mama told me don't spare nigga. And I know why they wear nigga. I'm out here pressing and spread nigga. They say they got money on my head nigga. Who got the hoopers to come collect? You niggas mad that I'm up next. Boy, get off your ass and go take the check. Mama told me, boy, don't stress. It's just a lot of attraction. These niggas really be like it. I'm not reacting. I keep it busy while trapping. Yeah.
They don't want the motherfuckers fell back to the streets, the motherfucking hip hop. Nigga, you already know it's time it is, nigga. They just free FOE drugs. They just motherfucking countdown, nigga. Real niggas out there, real niggas out there, touchdown in the school, nigga. My door is cracking, my door is going down. It's like this shit legal here.
Oh. Okay. I'll be back. Finish these freaking babes.